Imagine there's a simple daily habit used by the ancient Stoics that could literally transform your financial life starting today. It's so powerful, billionaires quietly practice it without even knowing its origin. Curious yet? What if I told you that Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's wealthiest emperors, and today's top entrepreneurs share a secret habit that dramatically boosts their financial success? And the best part? You can adopt it immediately. But before we dive into exactly what this habit is, here's something shocking to consider. Nearly 80% of people who win the lottery end up broke within a few years. Think about that. Why do so many people who suddenly get money lose it all just as quickly? The Stoics understood exactly why this happens, and they developed a habit specifically to avoid it. A habit so effective, it's still quietly used by financial elites today. So what is it? It's called evening reflection, and while it might sound simple, don't underestimate it. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about this practice, emphasizing its power to create clarity, discipline, and most importantly, wealth. Every night, Marcus would reflect on his day, asking himself questions like, what did I do right today? Where did I go wrong? And critically, what can I do better tomorrow? This daily reflection not only improved his leadership, but also sharpened his financial judgment and decision-making. Now you might wonder, how can simply reflecting on your day possibly make you wealthy? Great question, and the answer might surprise you. See, modern neuroscience backs up this ancient habit. Reflection literally rewires your brain. It helps you clearly see patterns, mistakes, and opportunities you'd otherwise miss. Without daily reflection, most people are stuck repeating the same financial mistakes over and over, never understanding why they can't get ahead. But here's where things get really interesting. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio openly credits daily reflection as a cornerstone of his financial success. In fact, he considers it so critical that he wrote an entire book about how this ancient habit made him one of the richest men alive. So, what exactly does Ray Dalio do during his reflection that aligns perfectly with Stoic teachings? He takes a few quiet minutes each night to mentally review decisions he made, investments he pursued, and interactions he had. He asks tough questions. Was this the right move? Could I have handled this better? By confronting his choices honestly, he ensures he rarely repeats costly mistakes. Imagine how quickly your financial situation could change if you stopped repeating even just one expensive mistake a month. I'm Saul, and today we're exploring how this ancient Stoic habit of evening reflection could become your single greatest financial tool, and why implementing it correctly can multiply your wealth faster than you ever imagined. But how exactly can you start practicing evening reflection tonight to immediately boost your finances? I'll share a simple practical strategy in just a moment. First, let's consider another Stoic philosopher, Seneca. He famously advised his students to end each day reflecting deeply on their finances. Seneca believed that most financial struggles aren't caused by income problems, but by mental blind spots we refuse to face. Think about your own experiences. Have you ever avoided checking your bank account out of fear or anxiety? Or made impulsive purchases you regretted later? These blind spots drain your wealth and keep you stuck financially. Seneca's habit of nightly reflection shines a bright light on these blind spots. When you consistently reflect, you begin seeing clearly where your money leaks out unnecessarily. You start making better choices almost automatically because you're no longer hiding from your financial reality. So let's talk about how you can practically use Seneca's nightly habit tonight to radically improve your money situation. It's simple, powerful, and surprisingly enjoyable. Here's the exact method. Tonight, just before bed, take a few quiet moments to mentally walk through your day. Ask yourself, what financial decisions did I make today? Did I spend money on something I now regret? Did I seize or miss opportunities to build wealth? As you reflect, don't judge yourself harshly. Instead, calmly observe your choices like a neutral outsider. Simply note what you did well and where you could improve. Now here's the twist that amplifies this Stoic habit. After identifying mistakes, visualize yourself making a better choice next time. This mental rehearsal, used by elite athletes and entrepreneurs alike, actually primes your brain to naturally make smarter decisions tomorrow. Can you imagine how quickly your wealth could multiply if you eliminated even just one small financial mistake each day? But here's a critical question. How can you turn this ancient habit into something you genuinely enjoy rather than dread each night? Because if you enjoy it, you'll stick to it. And that's when the real magic happens. In a moment, I'll reveal exactly how successful entrepreneurs turn this Stoic habit into their favorite part of the day, and how you can easily do the same. But first, ask yourself, how much wealthier would you already be today if you'd started reflecting nightly a year ago? If you're feeling inspired or even slightly curious, stick with me, because I'm about to show you precisely how to make evening reflection your most powerful financial habit. And it's easier than you think. Now here's the secret successful entrepreneurs use to transform this nightly reflection into something they genuinely enjoy. They pair it with a rewarding ritual. For example, best-selling author and investor Tim Ferriss pairs his nightly reflection with his favorite cup of tea. Warren Buffett famously reflects on his day by reading a book he genuinely enjoys, creating an atmosphere of relaxation rather than stress. When you combine reflection with something pleasant, your brain associates financial clarity with reward. Imagine looking forward to this habit each night, knowing every reflection brings you closer to financial freedom. You'll not only stick with the practice, you'll actively seek out new ways to improve your finances because it becomes deeply satisfying. Now there's another key benefit of nightly reflection that might surprise you. Remember how Marcus Aurelius emphasized clarity and discipline? That clarity directly leads to better sleep, improved mental health, and higher productivity. 3 essential ingredients for long-term wealth. Think about it. How often have financial worries kept you awake at night, draining your energy for the next day? By clearly reflecting each evening, you're literally clearing your mind of worry and anxiety. You're setting yourself up for restful sleep and a productive, focused tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, how exactly can you use reflection to increase your earning potential immediately? Let's get specific. First, during your nightly reflection, identify just one small action you can take tomorrow that directly boosts your finances. Maybe it's calling to negotiate a lower bill, reviewing your subscriptions, or setting aside money for investing. Choose just one simple task and commit to it. Here's why this works. Small, consistent financial wins build massive momentum. Each day you accomplish one tiny financial task, your confidence grows. Soon, you're naturally tackling bigger financial opportunities because your mindset has shifted from overwhelm to capability. But here's the twist. You must review your progress each night, acknowledging every win, no matter how small. This nightly acknowledgement builds your self-image as someone who consistently takes smart financial action. Before you know it, you're making better financial decisions without effort. This exact approach has helped countless millionaires build wealth steadily over time. It's not flashy, but it's shockingly effective, and it's rooted entirely in Stoicism's most powerful principles. Now imagine pairing nightly reflection with another ancient Stoic secret: voluntary simplicity. Remember when Marcus Aurelius said true wealth means having few wants? When you reflect nightly, you naturally identify areas of your life where spending doesn't match your values. Imagine cutting just one unnecessary expense each month, simply because your nightly reflection revealed you don't truly value it. How quickly would that money grow if redirected into savings, investments, or education? But there's something even more powerful that nightly reflection achieves. Something rarely discussed, but absolutely critical to financial success. It's called emotional mastery, and Stoics like Epictetus understood it deeply. Epictetus taught that wealth isn't about external conditions, but internal resilience. When you reflect nightly, you start noticing emotional patterns that sabotage your finances, like impulse purchases triggered by stress, boredom, or anxiety. Simply becoming aware of these emotional triggers dramatically reduces their power over you. Soon, you're spending intentionally instead of emotionally, multiplying your savings effortlessly. Let's get practical again. Tonight, during your reflection, ask yourself this question: what emotion triggered my biggest financial mistake today? Simply naming it weakens its hold over you. Tomorrow, you'll automatically recognize it when it arises, stopping it in its tracks. Here's why emotional mastery is so critical. Every billionaire investor or successful entrepreneur practices emotional discipline, even if they don't call it Stoicism. Warren Buffett calls it temperament, and he openly credits it for his immense wealth. Imagine being financially unshakable, calmly making decisions that build lasting wealth rather than reacting emotionally to short-term setbacks. Imagine turning every financial challenge into a growth opportunity, simply by reflecting nightly and mastering your emotions. But perhaps the most powerful Stoic secret behind nightly reflection is gratitude. Seneca emphasized this repeatedly, urging students to reflect on what they already possessed, rather than always chasing more. Why does this matter financially? Because genuine gratitude rewires your brain for abundance. You stop focusing on scarcity, stress, and fear, instead recognizing opportunities everywhere. Imagine how quickly your financial life would improve if you genuinely felt grateful each night for what you already have, while clearly identifying the next step toward greater wealth. This simple shift alone can unlock financial breakthroughs you never imagined possible. Now here's a fascinating insight. Modern neuroscience confirms this ancient Stoic wisdom. Gratitude literally improves your decision-making abilities, resilience, and creativity, all essential for multiplying your income. So tonight, during your reflection, ask yourself this powerful question: what financial resources do I already have that I'm genuinely grateful for? Maybe it's steady income, a reliable car, or even the knowledge and skills you possess. Acknowledge them deeply, then ask yourself, how can I use these resources even more effectively tomorrow? This nightly habit transforms you from a passive victim of circumstance into an active creator of wealth. Instead of feeling powerless about your finances, you recognize every resource at your disposal and start using them strategically. Finally, here's perhaps the greatest secret of nightly reflection. It quickly becomes effortless. Because reflection creates clarity, reduces stress, and generates financial wins, your brain actually begins craving it. It becomes an enjoyable routine, that compounds your wealth day after day. Imagine yourself 1 month from now, having practiced nightly reflection consistently. How much clearer, calmer, and wealthier would you feel? Imagine yourself 1 year from now, your financial life radically transformed simply because you adopted this simple ancient Stoic habit. Ultimately, this is the hidden financial power of nightly reflection. Small daily insights compound into life-changing wealth. So tonight, try it for yourself. Reflect clearly, acknowledge your wins, identify emotional triggers, and practice gratitude. You'll quickly discover that true financial success isn't about chasing external wealth. It's about cultivating internal clarity, discipline, and resilience. And once you master this ancient habit, you'll finally unlock your fullest financial potential, creating a wealthier, happier, and more abundant future than you ever thought possible. The Stoics understood this deeply, and now so do you.